For example 2, find the center and the radius of the following circle. So now we have x's and y's, which, we have more going on here. So what I always like to do when we have x's and y's is I group them all together. So I group my x's together. So x squared plus 16x. And then I group my y's together as well. Now, what I'm also going to do is leave a little bit of space for my x. So leave a blank spot here after my x. And then do the same thing for y. Y squared minus that 22y, leave a space, equals. And then I also like adding over my 20. So that normal number again gets added over just like that other example that we did. And then because I have 2 blank spaces here, I'm going to have 2 blank spaces on this side as well. So a little bit of rearranging here for that first step. Our next step is going to be doing that b over 2 squared. And actually here we have 2 different sections. So I'm going to have this value over here, and I'm going to use this value over here. So I have 2 of them. So for the first one, I'm going to do 16 over 2 squared. 16 over 2 is 8. 8 squared is 64. So that's going to go onto the first spots on both sides. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the negative 22. Negative 22 divided by 2 is negative 11. Negative 11 squared is 121. So it's going to go into these spots over here. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to look at my x sections, my y sections, and then this third section over here. So I'm going to try to factor. So what multiplies to 64 but adds to 16? That's going to be 8 and 8. And again, x times x gives us x squared. Here, what multiplies to 121 but adds to negative 11 or negative 22? Well, 11 times 11 is 121. And if we make them both negative, negative times negative gives me a positive 121, but also adds to make a negative 22. And then here, y times y is going to be y squared. So when I write this, I'm going to have an x plus an 8, another x and another positive 8, plus in the middle, y minus the 11, another y minus the 11. And then over here, I want to do 20 plus 64 plus 121. So let's go ahead and see what that is. So 20 plus 64 plus 121. So that's going to give us 205. And then we're going to have x plus 8 squared plus y minus 11 squared equals 205. And now that looks like an equation on my circle. So now I can grab my center. My center is going to be the opposite of 8, so negative 8. Opposite of negative 11, positive 11. My radius is going to be the square root of 205, just like what we did the other day. And then that is going to be our answer. Same thing with that last example. I'm going to follow my same steps. I like rearranging first. So we're going to do x squared minus my 12x. I'm going to leave a blank space. Then do my y's. Y squared plus 8y. Leave a blank space. And then I'm also going to move that constant over. So minus 32 minus 32. So I get negative 32 on my other side with 2 blank spaces to match up. Then grab my b values. Negative 12 and a positive 8. So if I do that, negative 12 divided by 2 is 6, negative 6. Negative 6 squared is 36. So I'm going to add that in both of my first spaces. And then we're also going to do 8 divided by 2 squared. 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 squared is 16. So we got those. So then, again, what multiplies to 36 adds to negative 12? Well, 6 times 6 is 36, but in order to get a negative 12, both of those have to be negative. And then x times x is x squared. Here, 4 times 4 gives me 16, and that also adds to make 8. Y times y is y squared. So I'm going to have x minus a 6, and then another x minus a 6, plus in the middle, y and a positive 4, y and a positive 4 equals negative 32 plus 36 is 4. 4 plus 16 is 20. Then I got double these, so that's going to be squared. double my y plus 4, that's going to be squared, equals 20. So now my center, once I have all that, is going to be the opposite of negative 6, so 6. Opposite of positive 4, negative 4. And then my radius is going to be that square root of the last number, square root of 20. That would be our answer.